Meet Toby, the lovable sheepadoodle puppy. He's absolutely adorable, only 9 weeks old, and he is the reason I sold my gaming computer. And today, we're going to talk about the story that led us here and how I was able to get a GTX 1070 for just $200. Hey, Future Joel here. I forgot to mention this in the video. I had reached out on Facebook and I simply said, hey, I know GPUs are a currency in their own right, but I want to see what you folks have available. I need to replace a Radeon 7950 for Adobe Premiere. Looking for a GTX 970 or better. Let me know. And a lot of offers came through. One person said, I got a 964 gig. And I said, how much? Then they said, PM me. I said, all right, check your PM. Someone said, hey, I have an MSI RX 584 gig. I'm sure we can find a fair price. And I said, well, I need CUDA specifically, but thank you though. Then I reached out to them. We kind of were working on a deal. They basically said, hey, I'll give you $200 plus a Ryzen 5, 2600, $400 across the board. I considered it, but I'm going to get into the good part. Another person said, hey, I've got a 980 for a good price. I messaged them. I've got a 980 Ti for you. And then I had someone say, hey, I got a GTX 1070. And I asked, oh, how much? For $200. And I'm like, dang, that is an amazing price. Well, again, as you'll see in the video, and I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. Hey, it's Joel here, and today we're going to talk about why that puppy is so important to me and the story that my wife and I went through to be able to get him. That starts now. For many years, I always wanted a dog. I always wanted to have my own puppy and someone I could just love and have. And in 2016, my sister decided to get a Bichon. I don't want to get muted by YouTube. Puppy. Her name was Zarabelle. She is absolutely great. That was my first experience of ever having my own dog. And at that point, I really wasn't ready to have a dog. I'm now married to the love of my life. I now have my life a bit better together. I have a full-time job that's salaried. We're living in a good place. We're out here in BC in White Rock. We're doing quite well. And we have a cat. And my wife is starting to feel that need of getting a puppy. And so we go onto Facebook, we find some groups, we find this one specific group, and here's a photo of him. And he was the smallest, and we decided that, hey, we want him. And I fell in love with him first time. He was just amazing, his eyes. But the moment I brought him home, he's worth it, and he's the best dog ever. And one of the things about being a puppy parent is that it is exhausting because you're mentally drained. And believe me, I've had meltdowns. I've cried. So has my wife, because he just keeps pooping and peeping on the floor, and we're trying to puppy train him. But that is adulthood. That is being a parent. The reason we really wanted a puppy was to see if my wife and I, Crystal, could be parents one day, because we were wanting to have kids. All right, so let's talk about the computer now. And because I wouldn't have enough time to game with the puppy, I wanted to sell off my computer. We needed as much money as possible because sheepadoodles are not cheap. At the end of the day, puppies are amazing. They're your best friend. They're gonna be with you for life. You want your kid to grow up with them if you have a kid, or you have your own life. They come with you. They're part of your family. And so we decided that we wanted to get a dog. Why am I making this video now? Well, I wanted to get back into video editing. That monstrosity is my computer. I had reached out to my best friend Nick, and I said, hey look Nick, can you send that 7950 back to me? I don't have a video card. Because all I had at that moment was GTX 550 Ti, but it's not great. Today, I managed to find someone who was willing to sell me a GTX 1070 for $200. The card is now in my wife's computer. And that's what I want to talk about today. It's the Christmas season. This person was willing to be very fair, very generous on this. They could have easily asked for $500 for this 1070, but they didn't. What I wanted to do was I wanted to get my wife the same graphics card she had before, because it is so hard to get, especially for $200 to $250, right? You can't find it. So my wife now has a computer that she basically bought in 2016 to 2017. That's her computer. She has a 7700K, 1070. Now I have an i5 6500 with a GTX 1066 gig. Now I can go back to video editing because unfortunately, the 7950 that my friend sent me has a couple issues. OpenCL does not work in Adobe. I was getting a black timeline. It would basically wouldn't even play, and the only thing I could do is edit using the internal graphics on the Intel. So that's the story. That's where we are now. And The good news is, very simply put, I now have a machine that I can edit with when I have the time. Yes, it's clickbait. I got a graphics card for $250, but initially it was planned to get $200. So the way I view it is the graphics card was $200, 25 to 50 bucks for gas. If you just ask people what they have, people are willing to meet you and be pretty cool about things. $250 for a video card that is still kicking butt even today, well worth it. So that's it. My name is Joel. Remember guys, to smack the like button for the YouTube algorithm, share this with your friends so they can see what's available out there, even in these dire times, and tell me the most memorable Christmas story you've had, because I want to hear them, especially if they're computer related. It's been great speaking to you guys, and thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.